Hello, scholars. My name is Biff, and I'll be leading you through these next 4 tutorials, giving you some advice and helpful hints on how to create this quarter's project, the Linear Function Family Project. This project that you're going to create from scratch will be done completely on a geometry software program called Geometr Sketchpad. In the first part of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can download a free demo version of Geometr Sketchpad version 5 at home. It works on both Windows and a Mac, and that'll allow you the opportunity to explore and deepen your understanding of how this program actually works. You'll be able to start your project, to try many of the things that you need to do to have a successful project. With the demo version, you won't be able to save it. What you'll have to do is come into school and use the school's program to actually create it and then save it. However, one option that you should consider, and I'll show you this in the tutorial, is for a $10 student price, you can purchase a full version of Geometr Sketchpad, which would allow you to create your project completely at home. In the second part of the video, I'll show you an example of what your final project might actually look like. So good luck, have a lot of fun. It's really an interesting project. And after you've downloaded the demo version, spend some time watching all 4 of the videos and trying a lot on your own. Now let's do some math. The first step to downloading your free demo version of Geometr Sketchpad version 5 is to go to Key Curriculums page for Sketchpad. I'll have this link posted on the Algebra class page, or you can just type in the address as you see it here. After getting to this page, you'll want to go to Download Free Preview, and that'll take you to a page where you have to fill in these fields: your email, your first and last name, school name, and don't forget to select yourself as a student. As I said earlier, the functions of printing, saving, copying, and pasting are all disabled on this demo version. However, except for those functions, the preview version is a full working copy of Geometr Sketchpad. The demo version also limits you to just 20-minute sessions, but those 20-minute sessions are unlimited. You can do it, you can run it as many times as you want. You're just limited to 20 minutes. When you approach the end of a 20-minute session, it'll just give you a message that your time is almost up and it'll quit out of the program. But you can just start it right back up, reproduce the sketch that you were working on, and continue with your exploration. After you fill in these fields here, you'll want to download the free version, this link here, and that'll give you the instructions on what you need to do to download it either on a Windows platform or on a Mac. If at some point after you've played with the demo you want to actually purchase the full working version, you've got a couple options. Within the demo version Sketchpad, there's up at the top there are some menu choices which you'll have to navigate to, and that'll show you how you can purchase the full version. Or you can come back to this page and click on the Buy It button, and that'll take you to this page, and you'll want to choose the student 1-year license. Just a reminder, for the $10, it's only a 1-year license. It does expire after 1 year. But the advantage of doing this is you'll be able to complete your entire project at home using your full version. If you choose not to purchase the full version, it's not a big problem. You'll just, after you've explored and discovered many of the features using your free version, you'll come into school and you'll have a much easier time using the school's full version of Geometr Sketchpad, and you'll complete it at school. You'll be able to save it and then send it to me as your completed project. So at this time, let's look at what this project is going to look like in its finished form. What you're looking at is the first page of the Linear Function Family project. And what you're going to have to do is create 3 pages each page showing one form of a linear function. The page we're looking at right now is the slope-intercept form. If I click on the second tab, that takes me to page 2, which is showing the standard form of a linear equation. And if I click on the third tab, that'll take me to page 3 of this document, which is showing the point-slope form. For each particular linear function that you're showing an example of, in this case slope-intercept form, one of the most important aspects of the project is to create these sliders, in this case the blue one labeled M and the red one labeled B, and these sliders actually control the parameters of the function, allowing you to change the parameters of the function. So if you look at the coefficient of x, right now it's 1.0, that represents the slope, and if you look at the constant 1.0, that represents the y-intercept. Observe what happens to both the line and the equation as I grab onto the slider called M and I drag that to the right. The coefficient is getting larger, which indicates the slope is getting larger, so the steepness of the line is increasing. If I make that coefficient smaller than 0, then the coefficient is negative, and that function is now a decreasing function, as you would expect. If I now click on the slider called B, observe in the equation the y-intercept is changing, that's increasing right now, and the y-intercept of the line is increasing. If I change B to be less than 0, then my y-intercept it's less than 0, and the constant in the equation is less than 0. So it's these parameters that change the particular function that you're demonstrating in a dynamic way. I'm going to go down here to the second tab and I'm going to click on it, and that takes me to page 2 of the document, and this is the standard form of a linear equation. Here the coefficient of x represents a, the coefficient of y is b, and then the constant is c. And again, this time I have 3 sliders representing the 3 parameters. I'm going to quickly demonstrate changing all 3 of them. I'm going to change the parameter a, which is the coefficient of x. I'll change the parameter b, which is the coefficient of y, and the parameter c, which is the constant. And as these sliders are changing, your function should behave appropriately as a, b, and c changes. Lastly, the third form of the linear equation is the point-slope form. Again, I have 3 parameters. The coefficient is the slope. The value here represents the x-coordinate of some point on the line, and this represents the y-coordinate of that same point on the line. And I'm going to show the point P. Here it is, and the coordinates of point P at this moment are 1 and 1. I want you to observe as I change the parameter h, both in the equation and the coordinates of the point P. So I'm sliding h to the right, making it larger. The x-coordinate is changing, as well as the h value, the parameter h in the equation. Likewise, if I change k, the y-coordinate for the point is changing, and it's also changing in the equation. And lastly, if I change the slope, that changes the steepness of the line. This is a quick overview of your linear family function, and after you've downloaded the free version, spend some time exploring, see if you can discover a lot of things on your own. Also, it's important to watch the 4 tutorials, and those will give you lots of hints and suggestions on how to complete the project. It really is a fun project, and I hope you enjoy completing it. So get that free demo version started, and let's do some more math.